This is a 2012 MacBook Air, and somehow it's still usable today in 2026. But I think the real question is, should it be used in 2026? This MacBook uses a 1.8 GHz dual-core Intel Core i5 processor, whopping 4 GB of RAM, which is upgradable to 8. Back then, when this laptop was released by Apple, it was considered an ultra-light laptop, weighing in at just 1.35 kilograms for a 13-inch and 1.08 kilograms for the 11-inch. The laptop was thin, fast enough, and designed for basic, everyday work. In 2026 though, basic means something very different than what it meant in 2012. Most of these machines have just 4 GB of RAM, and today that number alone decides almost everything about how you use a computer. A single modern website can take hundreds of megabytes of RAM. Open a few Chrome tabs and you're basically done. And no, you cannot just upgrade it. It's soldered directly onto the logic board. So whatever you spec'd out the laptop in 2012 is, it's what you get and it's what you're stuck with. Officially, Apple dropped support for this laptop years ago, in November of 2020, which is just 6 years ago. But thanks to community tools, such as OpenCore Legacy Patcher, people are still managing to run these newer macOS versions, even on these much older Apple devices. And yes, it works. But every newer version of macOS pushes it harder and harder. The newer the macOS version, the harder everything feels to use. At a certain point, the software stops matching the hardware. Performance is inconsistent at best. Anything heavier tends to push it fast. And because this machine was over a decade old, heat becomes a real issue. Sometimes the fan just doesn't turn on, or it basically stays on all the time. Storage also plays a big role. These laptops shipped with very small SSDs, usually around 128 gigabytes. In 2026, that fills up very fast. And when RAM runs out, the system starts using the SSD as temporary memory. That's called swap, and on a 14-year-old drive, you feel that nearly immediately. There is one way to seriously improve this machine: Linux. With a lightweight Linux setup, this laptop feels completely different. Less RAM usage, faster response, modern browser support. But you lose some Apple features. No iMessage, no FaceTime, and the experience isn't as polished. So what is this machine actually good for in 2026? Honestly, it's best as a distraction-free computer, but anything demanding, it falls apart quickly. These go around for $141 to $531 in 2026, depending on the condition. And compared to modern machines, it's not even close. But that's not really the point anymore. So, is a 2012 MacBook Air usable in 2026? Yeah, but only if you understand what it's going to become. It's not a main computer anymore, it's a secondary machine, a writing tool, a piece of hardware that refuses to die. And honestly, that's exactly why people still love it today.